about the power of experimentation and evaluation in business and in life. And I'm going to be preparing my new morning drink to show you what you can do if you're wanting to experiment with your morning routine a bit. Because often what happens is it's important to have rituals. Of course, we want to make, give our brain power to more important decisions and not the decisions about what to wear and what to eat. So we want to have some rituals in place to support us. And we want to be mindful of when those rituals may no longer be working for us. So recently, about almost a week ago, I decided to give up coffee, and I'm cutting back on my dairy, my sugar, and gluten. So I am a huge, huge bulletproof coffee fan. So I had to figure out a way to replace that with something that would feel just as good, because part of experimentation was when I have been drinking bulletproof coffee, it makes me, have more energy. I feel clearer. I feel more focused. And so I didn't want to just quit coffee and then have to maybe wrestle with a little bit of fogginess or less energy. So I did some research and found this mushroom cocoa drink that has maca, turmeric, wild chaga mushroom, and reishi mushroom. And so I've been making this almost a week. So I'm going to just make that with you. And then I also add, I'll show you all the fun stuff I add, because I still make it bulletproof. I add some medium chain triglycerides. This is from organic coconuts. And then I also put collagen peptides. And of course, this, want to make sure this is grass-fed, pasture-raised. And I put, of course, grass-fed butter because it's delicious. And I made my own little blend of chai spices. So this is turmeric, ginger, black pepper, and cloves. And then I also add, just for fun, grapeseed extract. So this is great for, especially if you are like me, also have given up drinking. This is a great way to get the polyphenols, the resveratrols that are in wine, the things that are good for you in wine. You can get it without having to drink wine this is grapeseed extract. So I'm going to show you how I do all this fun stuff. So I take and the other thing I also am changing, I'm really being mindful about not drinking or heating up liquids in plastic. So I used to have a little, like a little foaming machine, but it was a plastic container. Even though it was designed, of course, to heat things, it made me a little bit nervous about heating things in plastic. So now I use 2 Pyrex containers to help me. So the first thing I do is, of course, you want to heat up your water. And I put my ingredients that I'm gonna mix in later into my bigger container. So I open up, you can see I open up the little capsule of the grapeseed extract and put the grapeseed powder into the Pyrex. Then I add about a tablespoon of MCT oil. And then I use like a half a scoop of the collagen. Okay, so that's going in this container. And then the other container, I'll put the chai spices, my own blend of chai spices, about a half a tablespoon. And I will put a tablespoon of the cocoa mushroom magic. Okay, and then I almost forgot the most important ingredient. I put a tablespoon of grass-fed butter as well. Okay, amazing. Okay, so this is our container with the grapeseed extract, the grass-fed butter, and the MCT oil. And in this container, I have the cocoa mushroom powder and the chai blend. And I'm just going to put a cup of boiling, almost just boiling water in, mix it up. The next thing is that with coffee and tea, I would have to wait to let it sit for 5 minutes. And with this, you don't, you just add your water and it's done. Okay, so there's a little bit of magic still coming, and then we'll talk more about how to experiment and evaluate in your business more. Okay, so now I'm pouring the hot liquid into the butter, oil, and grapeseed extract. And then I have a little immersion blender because I want to blend it all together. So I'm going to blend it. And then I will show you the magic that we just created. So no caffeine, if you're wanting to take a break from caffeine. So this is how amazing this looks. I don't know if you can see. Okay. And then we'll get down to business. So you can see the magic of this. Okay, so why this is important is because we have all heard, you know, the importance of having rituals, of having a morning routine, of having, you know, a plan. And of course, it's super important because we want to make the least amount of decisions as possible. We want to be able to use our brain power for more important decisions. But sometimes what happens is we forget to evaluate what's happening. Hello. So when you've been doing the same thing for a long time, like for me, I was drinking, you know, bulletproof coffee for a long time. And then of course I felt like it was working, it was great, but then I decided I wanted to start to experiment with, you know, eliminating caffeine. And the thing with when you're experimenting is I want to encourage you is you want to give yourself 3 weeks, you know, a month, 30 days to see and to evaluate, right? So you want to test it out and see what is the difference. Are you noticing a difference in your energy? Are you noticing a difference in your focus? And be mindful every day of paying attention to that evaluation period. And evaluation is very different than criticism and very different than judgment. So you want to approach anything that you're changing in your business and life with curiosity. And you want to approach it also, I would say, day by day. So for me, of course, you know, thinking of giving up caffeine is not something that I was looking forward to. But when you can say to yourself, you know, I'm just going to give it up for 1 day. And then you do it again. I'm going to give it up for 1 more day. I'm going to get up for 1 more day. And you keep going. And before you know it, you've given it up for a month or a couple months, whatever it is. And you also want to, of course, understand why you're doing this. You know, why do you want to start to change things up? Hey, Gemma. So if you are, you know, just experimenting to experiment, you want to be mindful of why you're experimenting, why you are experimenting, what's the outcome. So if you are wanting to, you know, adjust some things in your health, then it might be important for you to, you know, take out caffeine, take out sugar, be mindful of gluten and dairy, and just see how that affects your body. And how this is relevant to business is oftentimes we can be going through the motions in our business and doing all the things and, you know, marketing and doing sales calls and, you know, whatever it is, creating new programs, and we can forget to evaluate. And part of what I mean by this is sometimes we can, perhaps maybe you're having, you know, a great success in your business. But if you're not evaluating, you might not notice it might be affecting other areas of your life. So perhaps, you know, it's negatively affecting your relationships. You're never around, or you're irritable all the time because you're thinking about your business. And so you're not really present with your partner or with your kids. Or might be negatively affecting your sleep because you're so anxious about all the things happening in your business that you're not sleeping well. Or, of course, it could be affecting your health, that you're not eating well, you're eating on the run, or you're skipping meals because you feel like you don't have time to eat because you have so much to do, and you're not exercising. And so you're noticing, you know, what is the cost of the success that you're having? And on the flip side, you could also not be having success and going through a difficult period in your business And again, you want to be evaluating, because sometimes that also, this has been true for me on both sides, affects your health, affects your relationships, and affects just how you are being in the world. So when things aren't going well in your business, the same thing can happen. You can be really negative, you can be really irritable, you can start to pick fights with your partner, can snap at your kids, you're not sleeping well because you're really anxious about what's happening in your business. Your tendency is to focus more on the business and less time spent on activities that give you joy and taking care of your body, which actually makes things even worse. And so the idea here is to bring more attention, to bring more mindfulness and consciousness to what it is that you are doing in your day-to-day activities, in your business, in your health, in your relationships, to see which of those things are giving you the outcome that you desire. And what I mean by this is not necessarily the numbers that you desire. The outcome that you desire, meaning, is it giving you the connection that you want with your partner, the intimacy that you are craving with your husband or wife or partner? Is it giving you that presence that you want to have with your kids, where you feel like you're really involved in their lives and they can come to you and ask questions? Is it giving you that experience of contributing something positive and making a difference in your clients' lives and your community's lives? Is it giving you that sense of joy and of appreciation for what it is that you're doing? Because everything that we do is because of, we want an experience. So you want high sales because you want more freedom, because you want maybe a different lifestyle. Maybe you do want a bigger house. Or you want to travel more. But what is the experience of having a bigger house? Or maybe because you want to have people over, so you really are craving connection. What is the experience of travel? Maybe it's you have this natural curiosity, and so you're craving perhaps opportunities to do different activities. And so the more you can be mindful of what is the experience that is the result of what you want, the result of higher sales, the result of having maybe you're looking for a partner, the result of having a partner, the result of having children. What is that experience? And the more you can be mindful of what that is and experiment with how you can bring that into your life now, the more you'll start to already be what it is that you desire, already experience what it is that you are wanting to get from higher sales or more business or a better relationship or better health. And that way you can experiment with what are all the things that you can do throughout the day to give you that experience. So, making yourself a delicious hot drink in the morning, maybe, having time set apart in your day to read, or some time for devotion or meditation, making sure you have time, to engage in activities that move your body and get you out of your head. And, having that connection, that mindful connection with your family. So you feel like you're not just working to provide them a home and provide them education and provide them activities. You're working to show them and be an example to them of what it looks like to do work that you enjoy, to do work that's important to you, to do work that gives back, and to do work that allows you to be part of their lives and to contribute to their lives in a positive way, instead of just being a funder of their lives. Because kids don't need funders, they need families. And so what I would encourage you to be mindful of today for today's intention is, throughout your day, how can you start to be mindful and evaluate, what are you getting out of this activity? What are you getting out of whatever's going on in your business? What are you getting out of maybe some of the foods that you're eating, the activities that you're engaging in? And is that the experience that you desire? Because it sometimes can be off, right? There could be some conflict. And then what do you want to start to change? So for me, giving up coffee and then being able to replace that with something equally delicious and healthy that also helps me stay focused and have more energy and is better for my body overall. Like, eliminating caffeine is not necessarily a bad thing to do. And why are you doing it, right? So what is the outcome? So I'm getting rid of coffee because I want to experiment with being, having my body be more healthy. And what is that experience like? To be able to not always be like so tired in the afternoon, not have those dips in energy. For your business, why is it that you want more clients? Why is it that you want more sales? Because you want to make maybe a deeper contribution, or you want to be able to be giving more. So how can you start doing that now? Getting more value in your videos and your products and your services. Do that now, so you're giving yourself the experience that you desire without putting a condition on what it has to look like. All right. So let me know your thoughts, and if you want, I'll put the recipe to this delicious hot drink in the comments. And I will see you again soon. And remember today to experiment, evaluate, and if you are wanting to experiment more with changing things up in your business and really running your business from heart, from alignment, from how you best work, from really uncovering and working from your unique gifts and skills and talents, and how you can make a contribution in a way that, of course, gives to your business, but most importantly, gives to your life and allows you to be the example that you desire to be for your family and to make the contribution you really want to make. I'll put a link below. There's some opportunities for you if you're looking for one-on-one support that we can work together. And there's a couple different levels, so definitely accessible, whatever point you are at in your business journey. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a delicious, warm beverage by your side somewhere. All right, talk to you soon.